Swimming and diving is one of the most successful winter sports at Bates. Everyone knows about swimming. Swimming is a race. Fastest to the finish wins. But diving is a science. Or is it more of an art form?
I'd say it's a little bit of both. It's very based in physics in the way you move your arms and the timing with the board and getting the motion right to get as much out of the board and spin as fast as you can. But there are definitely some nuances and personal styles to it, so it is very arts and science-based at the same time.
The women's team competed at NESCAC last week, and Emma Jarzik claimed her third career All-NESCAC honor for placing second in 1-meter diving. She, like other Bates divers, has a background in another sport.
So I started diving in middle school around 7th grade. I was a gymnast for a while, for like 4 years.
Yeah, I was a gymnast from when I was 6 all the way through high school.
I did gymnastics non-competitively throughout high school.
I started diving my junior year in high school. When I was younger, I did gymnastics until I was about 9. Pretty common for divers.
When competing at a meet, Bates divers use that gymnastics background to execute some very tricky dives. The degree of difficulty factor plays a huge role in how they are evaluated.
Yeah, so harder dives have a harder degree of difficulty, and basically you get your 3 scores from the judges. Those scores are added together and then multiplied by the degree of difficulty. So if you do a really hard dive but only get 4s on it, you might still get more points than if you did an easier dive and got 7s.
Yeah, it is a balance because you want to be doing the hardest dives you can because those usually get you the most points, but then again, if you score low on them, then it's a risk. Also, I find for me that if I'm doing harder dives in a meet, I tend to just be more anxious and a little bit more stressed out during the meet. So sometimes I perform better when I'm doing my easier dives, but still I think generally it's better to push yourself and to do the hardest dives you can do, as long as you're not going to get really low scores on them.
The Bates men and women dive off the 1-meter high board and the 3-meter high board.
Much prefer 1 meter. It's a lot less scary.
My diving career started all 1 meter, and once you go up to 3 meter, it's really scary to get your first few dives off, but once you do them, it feels really natural, and you kind of realize once you try these dives, it's very easy to do and very easy to adjust from 1 meter to 3 meter. I personally love 3 meter. Some people hate it, but I really like being higher up and I feel like you can do more out of it, and it's a lot of fun.
No matter the height of the board, diving is a mental game as well.
As our coach tells us, when you're diving, all that can be going through your mind is what you have to do to make the dive work. And there's no room for any other doubts or anything else to be in your head. So you just really got to focus on the right technique and execute.
The Bates divers practice once all the swimmers are done for the day. While they are part of the same team, they are basically competing in different sports.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really even know the swimming language, and they have no idea what the diving language is. It's really funny to hear the swimmers announcing for the divers and saying 5-1-3-2-D instead of in our mind, it would be a front full twisting 1.5.
Wait, a front full twisting 1.5? Translation, please.
You go off the board forwards, and you jump, and then you twist, 360, so a full twist, and then you dive down and go headfirst in the water.
There are actually 5 different categories of dives. And while it all may seem a bit complicated, in the end, it boils down to a few key factors.
You want to go as high as you can, keep the best form, and make the best entry, and that's kind of the criteria that they look for when they judge you in a meet.
The Bates men compete at the NESCAC Championships this weekend, and any diver who achieves an NCAA B-cut score at NESCAC will join Jarzik and the other women qualifiers at the NCAA Division III Diving Regionals February 26th and 27th at Wellesley College. In order to make it to the regionals, they'll have to master the science and the art of diving. For Bates Athletics, I'm Aaron Morse.